Greetings, programs! Time for more Minecraft, and this all looks awfully familiar for some reason. Now, I have a hunch what I did wrong last time, or not what I did wrong, but what all these puzzly levers mean. So, I am going to go check out the other end of this island, because there was a room there, you may or may not remember, and I didn't spot this the first time round. Well, you can't jump on those apparently. There was a room there, and there was like patterns on the walls, and there was coloured carpet down, and that clearly has some relevance to what's in here. So I didn't spot that at all the first time round. I'm also wondering if it's somehow connected to the shape of the bookshelves, because as you can see here, the bookshelves are actually in various patterns, a bit like Tetris blocks. That's the word I was looking for. So I don't know if I could be completely barking up the wrong tree, but that's what I suspect. So I will go take a look-see, and I will see you in just a moment. So here we go, we're back over here. Now let's see if I can puzzle this out. I think in here these are the clues. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get a pen and paper, and I'm going to note down all of these positions, because these clearly mean something. I don't think the torches are relevant, because the torches are just in the centre of each one, but the position of the iron blocks does seem to matter, although the torches are on the iron blocks in this one, so I'm not sure, but I've got to note the position of the iron blocks basically, and the torches don't seem to matter for this one. So I don't know. I'm still not quite clear what it means yet, but it means something. It'll obviously be relevant to the levers I have to pull, something like that. So once again, we'll do a quick cut, and I will go back over there, and we shall see if we can't figure this out and move on to the next section. Right, here we are back, and I can't wait to get over there. It looks like there's a whole bunch of stuff. So let's see if we can't puzzle this out. So the various carpet colours we had orange, purple, green, and blue. So we do have all of those. There's also a pink one, and let's turn off all of the levers. Now I wonder if it's just as simple as a colour combination. I don't know. I'm trying to think how these actually. Some of the shapes look kind of similar, but there's not really. I don't know. I think it must just be the colours, unless the shapes relate to, like, there's a next part of the puzzle. So we're going to pull the orange one, we're going to pull the purple one, we're going to pull the blue one, and we're going to pull the green one. Oh! Ping! Hooray! Woohoo! I did it! It only took me like a whole episode of faffing around and being totally confused and falling off things. I'm going to have a celebratory piece of pie. Oh, here we go. I was right. There was a next part to the puzzle. It's a good thing I wrote it down. So, let's see. What shapes do we need? We need the cross. We need that one. We need that one. And we need... now let's see. That one. Ding! I know I'm totally cheating, but they're completely the same word, by using pen and paper, but what the hell. And this is the last puzzle. Now we had a sequence of 4 blocks. I don't know if it matters if there is a particular order in which I do it. So the centre one, top left hand corner, which presumably it's making the lights come on. This is all rather clever with the redstone that's involved. We had the middle left, and we had actually the top middle there, so it was actually those 4. Dingy dingly ding. There we go. Oh, well, this just appears to be a chest and more stuff, but presumably the more stuff includes... There we go. Yes, it does. Artist is key. So let's plonk that in my inventory. Let's grab all that lovely yummy gold. I could probably, if I found a thing with the thing and the thing. Wow, I know what I mean. I could probably a crafting table. That's the word I'm looking for. If I found a crafting table, I could actually turn these. Why am I holding a rose? I don't know. I could turn those nuggets into actual blocks, but yeah. Anyway, let's read the notes and we'll go back up and I'll actually be able to go on to the next section. Grada is, well, it's, the grammar Nazi in me wants to, but no, we'll just ignore that. Grada is too simple. Anyone could steal his valuables. Flick both switches. I will clearly need to remember this. Sheila's shares components with, okay, maybe it is. Grada's is, oh no, okay, that is, well, I don't know if it's still an apostrophe, but anyway, yes, okay, grammatically it is less than I thought. Let's just, okay, just read the thing, Jedi, just read the thing. Sheila's shares components with Hyamuk's, which makes sense as they help build each other's. Something to do with multiple controls. I think Hyamuk was muttering about hanging over the edge or something. This is clearly going to be useful later on when I go into other people's islands. Eltius's yeah, that's not all difficult to say. It's more secure, and I wouldn't want to face the pets Gradia found for him, though I bet Eltius has a way to deal with them. Carnala resorted to her speciality, of course. I'm not adept enough with a bow to see what she's hiding, but I did manage to find the entrance, knowing her affinity for water. I'm clearly going to have to hang on to this one. This is full of important clues. Maybe I can get her to show me the rest for a few ingots. Cool, I'm just going to say cool. Cool went for a cheap trick, but I bet he had to have the fox help him with it. No way he could have set up all those traps by himself, although there's no doubt he could get by them if he wanted. Okay, that one's going to be interesting, clearly. Captain Elysia had the fox wire a couple of vaults at the castle, so I will have to do more research later. They were talking about monsters, though, so I bet there is a nasty surprise inside. They kept saying, skeleton creeper zombie with a creeper. So I guess Grada has a work cut out for them. Would they... I mean, they seem to have been mates with this Grada fellow, but on the other hand, they seem determined to actually keep him out of I don't know, maybe he has an unwelcome habit of inviting himself into people's, Sky Islands. I don't know, maybe he's like one of those friends that people roll their eyes because they kind of turn up at inconvenient times and just show up and... right, the question is, where do I go to actually fly out of here? Do I go down there? Shall we try it? Ow, I meant to do that. I think that's where I arrived, however. Or is it the balloon over there? Or is that where... No, did I arrive on the balloon? I can't even remember. I'm getting so confused. I have a feeling it was the balloon I need to go to. Yes, because I will have already... I'm sure that's where I arrived. So, I guess I can... I could have actually... Oh, I'm doing it the complicated way. Because I'm such a pro at this. Just such a pro. Yeah, you can get up there by doing this. But it's going to take a moment or two. Well, that's actually quite a trippy effect, I have to say. With the water and the... It's kind of like the Starfield screensaver, except nothing like the Starfield screensaver, so I don't know why I said that. Why was that dark and then it wasn't? I guess because we went through the cloud boundary layer. Right, let's see if I can actually get up there without just bobbing around and being completely stuck and useless. Whoa. Might be able to go up, there we go, up here. And then, wow, I'm not at all making life totally complicated and difficult for myself. Oh, good lord. Okay, I have a talent for this sort of thing, clearly. And by this sort of thing, I mean derping quite hard. But that may not necessarily be news to anybody at all, ever, at all. Right, we're up, okay, we're up here, and we're just about ready to move on to the next section. So, let's close the gate and hold on tight. Oh, there we go. Oh no, wait, it's all coming back to me. This is precisely what I did last time, and I am a complete noob. Is it? It must be that one. That's the only other balloon. You see that thing I was saying just then about my capacity for derping? Yeah, let's have a slice of bread. Yeah, I may have been not kidding about that. It's that I was just something caught the corner of my eye there, and of course that's the minecart of doom, or rather the minecart ride of not being able to get off and having to go in creative mode to actually release myself. That minecart ride. So let's try this. I'm sure this is how I arrived. And it is how I arrived, but it's also how I departed. So, here we go. Am I on the big island? Or is that just... no, I'm not on the big island yet. It's just that's the castle on this island. So there appears to be... it's a different island again. So, I wonder whose island this is going to be then. Well, I guess let's find out. So there's a keep there. I'm just going to have a little look-see. Oh, there's a chest. Okay, yes. And a lever. Interesting. Another music disc. More apples. Oh, upgraded armour. We'll take that. I think I'm still wearing leather armour at the moment. Journal scrap. Let's have a look at that. And get some funky iron boots on. Wow, I look so snazzy. Not really. Get the music disc in my ready bar. Let's have a quick look. First she had me walk all the way to the very tip of the isle, then I had to walk all the way back to dig the hole for the control by the air dock. And then she had me climb through the tallest trees she could find, and now she wants me to hang over the side of the cliff to hide her last stupid control. Okay. Let's hire Muck's notes on... So I've got to climb 2 trees, I've got to... That was the last thing. So we'll investigate the tower first as well, but I suspect this is just going to be a case of find the levers to progress. So we know where one of them is by that chest, and we basically have a checklist of where to go on this one, so this shouldn't be too tricky. I shouldn't waste a whole episode on trying to figure out. So it is... oh, music display. Oh, is this another timed one? Do I have to do it? Oh, that will be challenging if I have to do it within a time limit. So first I can, I think, find the... This one is Strad, apparently. I can't hear that very well over the rain. Oh, it's just that it wasn't very loud. I could always actually turn up. Well, there we go. Of course, I don't think it'll make any difference to you guys at home, but, you know, I want to hear the music. Oh yes, it's quite nice, this. So I think that's clearly tied to... So that's 5 levers. So all the way to the very tip and then all the way back. Controlled by the air dock. So there's... I wonder if I have to do them in sequence and I have to do them within a time limit. I'm going to suspect that's the case. So let's locate them first. So we know where the very last one is. This is good. This is. I didn't know what to expect at all with this map, but first of all, it looks. I mean, I've already gone on about how it looks. It does look good. So there's one over there by the air dock. Okay, that's one. So that's the second one we need to get to, the tip of the isle, which I guess would be over in this direction. I do like this music, but yeah, there's actually. I mean, the last puzzle. There was no way I was going to remember it, and yes, it took me a while to figure out what the puzzle actually was. But they are kind of genuinely, you have to stop and think a moment about what you're doing. So let's... Don't see anything here, so maybe not here. 2 of the tallest trees. Oh, I see actually one right there. Where's the other one going to be? In that tree, surely? Anyway, they're very tip. Which is surely going to be here. So. 2 tallest trees. So I know where the last one is, so let's try and find the ones in the trees. And then let's give this a go. I doubtless will fail a couple of times. Because the way I've got my controls set up, it's quite hard to keep when you're sprinting, it's sort of hard to actually keep sprinting. Though the time limit must be fairly generous if you've actually got to climb 2 trees. So one of them is practically right here. I don't know if you have to do them in sequence, but I'm going to guess that you do. So there's one. That's not too difficult to get to. My question is, where's the other one? The 2 tallest trees. That one's sort of fairly obvious, but the other one's actually quite well hidden, wherever it is. Unless I'm just derping, that's always a possibility. Oh. Is this anything up here? Nope, it's just me falling off. Breaking my legs yet again? I tell you, my kneecaps must have been shattered so many times now, I don't even want to think about it. I don't know. I gotta find this last one before I can actually... You know, there's no point in me starting the puzzle and then I don't know where the last one is, because the timer will run out. Whoop. Well, we'll have a quick intermission while I figure out where this last lamp is, and then I will actually have a crack at doing this puzzle, and then once we've moved on to the next island, I think we'll end the episode there. It's not been... It won't be too long of an episode, I hope, but it's just look at this map. I'm just going to spend the whole series going, we should just look at it. Oh, it's just, oh, this looks so good, and it does, because it does. It's really well done. So yeah, I'm gonna hunt down this last switch, and then we're gonna have a crack at the puzzle. So yes, I will see you in just a moment. Here, switchy, 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 switchy. Here, switchy, switchy, switchy. Well, that took me all of 5 seconds. It was literally one of the trees behind the tower. So I'm gonna guess that I have to do these in sequence. There's actually the 2 tree ones are right next to the tower, and actually no, if I do them in sequence, that one on the edge by the chest would be last. We'll do it. That I start there, and then the one by the chest, one by the thingamy, and then the 2 in the tree. So we'll do it that way. We'll do it kind of geographically, because I suspect if you have to do it in, it's going to be timed surely. So yeah, let's have a crack at this. Let's give it a go, and see just how hard I can derp. How many times I fall off the edge. So there's one. Is it timed? No. Apparently not. Okay, it's not timed, so let's just do it in the sequence described in the book then. So the one by the dock is next, then the 2 trees, and me getting stuck on terrain. No, let's just not do that. Let's just not randomly derp into things. It was around here. There we go. Ping. There's 2. So the 2 in the trees. I'm actually surprised this isn't timed. I thought this was going to be like you have to beat the clock kind of thing, but apparently not. So we're going to go up that tree there and flick this switch. That one's actually quite easy to spot when you're over on the other side. You just have to kind of look, basically. And we'll do get my record back. I decided to hang on to these. This switch over here, and then we do the last one, which is kind of hanging off the edge, and it's basically exactly as described in those notes. So right, we don't want to go all the way back down, because that would be then all the way off the edge, and I suspect I might regret that. So it's just that last one there now. So let's go flick that switch and see what awaits. It might just be a key, it might be, I'm guessing at least another notebook. Something to read out loud. Wow, let's not go that way. I think there is a very high danger and chance and probability of death if I do that. So let's go that last switch. Pling! Scraping sounds echo from the direction of the tower. I was almost tempted to do that in kind of a Duffman voice. Scraping sounds echo from the direction of the tower. Duffman is thrusting in the direction of the problem. I like Duffman. Duffman can't breathe. Oh no. Oh god. I'm almost certain now someone in the comments is going to go, hey, do a whole episode in the voice of Duffman. I really don't think I could do that. I think my voice might give out. It's like when Fosh did his that review he did of, I can't even remember what it was, but he did the review in a silly voice, and Circon's done ones in silly voices, and hey, wow, I really am like so much bling. Seriously. This is like Skyrim. I'm just wandering into people's houses and just stealing their stuff. Lots of food, which is useful. Next key. We will read these notes and I guess move on to the next thing and end the episode there. So we've got Ode and Uncollected. Okay. I wonder what the third part of the trilogy is going to be called. Anyway, Dark Fox, 18 ingots. 3 nuggets for Redstone services. Maybe he will forget by the time he comes back. Greta, 2 punches for losing his key. They really don't like him. Drum, 2 punches for being pervy. Captain. Oh, I see. This is collected. 1398 ingots and 3 nuggets for building materials to be distributed among the strongholds. Carnala. I think I keep saying Carnala. It's Carnella. Carnella, 4 ingots, 2 nuggets for the Viper and arrows. I'm guessing that one's going to be a shooting puzzle. 2 ingots for blue leather armor. Cool. 7 ingots, 7 nuggets for rope spikes and leather boots. I think this is... It's not really telling me much. It's telling me kind of a little bit about what to expect. Iron armor, so I'm going to find a full set of armor at some point. Why was his other armor in such bad condition with scratches and burns? Who knows? I suspect we'll find out. Artus, ingots for new carpets. So this is Haya, what's her face's name? Yeah. This is her island, clearly. She does all the building supplies, it looks like. Redstone mechanicals and new carpets, assorted weapons. 5 ingots, 1 peak for a 1 nugget rather for a peak at Heimluck Stronghold. 62 ingots for ringing passports and mysterious. So, I've basically nicked all somebody's, you know, I've stolen their bling because I'm, I don't know, cat burglar or something. So this was Journal Scrap. Was it Journal Scrap? Was the no, this isn't. Heimluck was the one that did the work. I don't know whose island this is. It'd be nice if it actually kind of like give you some. Could it be? Oh no! Wait, Sheila. It actually says on the thing. So I don't. Or do I need to hang on to those? I don't know yet. Some of these books we can dump if they prove unnecessary. So let's hop on to the next island and then finish the episode there. I don't think there's anything there actually. Just no, just some carpet. Yay, carpet! So back to the airship and on to the next island. I was actually, once I like downloaded this map, and I think after the first or second episode, I remembered I'd seen somewhere that somebody had started anyway a recreation of Columbia from BioShock Infinite, but it seems like it was a project that was like they did 1 or 2 districts and then it was abandoned basically, which is, you know, trying to recreate the whole thing. To be fair, it's a huge project, but if it had been finished, or even, you know, if they'd even done more than the 1 district that I think they did do, I think it could have been pretty amazing. It's the kind of thing I would have had a look at. So that's the island I was just on over there. So we are now over here, and oh, bit of a frame rate derp there. I don't know what's here, but we'll figure it out next episode. So we'll end it here. The puzzles this time, once I figured out what I was doing with the, you know, it told you the solution, you just had to figure out that that was the solution you were looking at. And that was the thing that took me a little while to realise. So, well done me. Also, those clouds are making everything, look at that, that is a slightly, it is a slightly freaky effect, that. Yeah, so, and that puzzle with the switches, that was just a matter of doing them in the right order, and it gives you notes. You don't have to figure it out. I'm honestly surprised. I would have put a time limit on that, and obviously you would have made it a fairly generous time limit because two of the switches involved going up trees. But still, yeah. Anyway, so if you liked this episode, you can hit the like button. You can go check out this map on the link to the Minecraft forums, the official thread there. You can hit the like button. You can. Did I say that already? I did. You can leave a comment, is what I meant. You can subscribe to my channel, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.